Good morning, students. Before I proceed to the next topic, I will just give a small definition on the production possibility curve. As we have seen in the earlier video, that what do you mean by production possibility curve? Now, production possibility curve is a curve which shows two different combinations, or I can say different combinations of two goods which can be produced with the available resources. What are the assumptions we need to keep in mind? Resources are given, resources are efficiently utilized, and technology should remain constant. Now, earlier in my graph, I have taken two different goods, rice and cloth, rice on y-axis and cloth on x-axis. So, if we consume more of cloth, the production of rice reduces. First, it was around 5, 10 and 15. Okay, and here 20, 15 and 10. So at 5 it was 20. So when we were consuming cloth at that period of time, the production of rice was 20. When we started increasing the production of cloth, the production of rice reduced to 15. And then again it reduced to 10. So this is what production possibility curve tells us about. Now the next topic is attainable combination and unattainable combination. Now attainable combination is the points which are on PPC curve, I can say production possibility curve, are known as attainable combination. The points which are on boundary line or within the boundary line are known as unattainable combination. Now there are different graphs, so please draw these graphs as you are in class 11 standard. So you should be knowing when the graph changes and what type of graph is this, because sometimes in MCQ also these graphs are given and they have asked that explain this graph or what is the scenario of this graph. So proceeding towards the next topic, that is shifting or rotation of production possibility curve. The first topic for today is change in resources. Now change in resources, under it first is increase in resources. Here the graph I have given on x-axis and y-axis, I have taken product A and product B. Okay, so when resources are increased, we can produce more of the goods. Accordingly, PPC shifts towards the right. So I have created first PPC of A and B, first product, and then when there is increase in resources, that means the PPC is shifting towards rightwards. So again it is creating a new production possibility curve, that is A1 and B1. Now proceeding towards the next graph, that is resources. If resources are decreased, vice versa. If resources are reduced, we can produce less of both goods. Accordingly, the production possibility curve shifts towards left. That is first A and B, again PPC I have drawn, and now it is a leftward shift, that is creating a A dash and B1. These are the first two in change in resources. First effect. Second is change in technology. If there is efficient technology for production of good X, only production of good X, or I can say only production of B. Here I can say good X, but here I am saying this is production B. I am giving an example. So what there will be, only there will be a shift towards from B to B dash, and there will be no change in product A because it is remaining constant. That's why, because the only technology which we are updating here is of only B product. Now going towards the characteristics of production possibility curve. Now there are two major characteristics of production possibility curve. First, it slopes downwards, and second, it is concave to the point of origin. Now I will say why production possibility curve slopes downwards. Has anyone know that production possibility curve slopes downwards from left to right? Why not from right to left? It is because both of the goods cannot be increased, because more of good X can be produced only with the less of good Y. That is why it slopes downwards from left to right. When I say production possibility curve is concave to the point of origin, because to produce each additional unit of good X, more and more units of good Y will have to be sacrificed than before. In that way, opportunity cost of producing every additional unit of good X tends to increase in terms of loss of production of good Y. I can say in other words that there is shifting of resources from one use to the others will obey the law of increasing marginal opportunity cost. or I can say PP is concave to the origin. Why? Because as more and more resources are shifted from opportunity 1 to opportunity 2, marginal opportunity cost tends to rise. As I will be giving you certain terminologies which will help you to understand that how PPC helps, or I can say illustrates, in the central problems of an economy. So I have drawn a graph here. So the points or the dots you can see inside the production possibility curve is known as underutilization of resources, or I can say the resources have not been properly utilized. That's why the dots are here. Otherwise the dots would be on PPC. If the dots are on the PPC, that means the production of the two commodities are efficiently utilized and in a proper manner. Now when the dots are beyond it, as we have said, unattainable combination and attainable combination, similarly they have given a different terminology like underutilization of resources and overutilization of resources. So if the dots are outside, that means the resources which we had, or the available resources which we had been given with the technology as well as the resources which we have overused with the help of the production, that means we have been overutilizing the resources as well. That's why these points are outside the production possibility curve. Now we will see that how PPC illustrates the three central problems of an economy, that is what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Now giving away with the first topic, that is what to produce. Now I have drawn a graph here of clothes and wheat, where clothes is on y-axis and wheat is on x-axis, and I have drawn the points like A, B, C and D. Now I will explain you. This figure shows that if all the resources are used in the production of wheat, you can produce 6 tons of wheat corresponding to point D. On the other hand, if all the resources are used in the production of cloth, you can produce 12 bales of cloth corresponding to point A. Stretch between A and D of the production possibility curve shows various possible combination of wheat and cloth that can be produced with the given resources. Any point of the production possibility curve corresponding to the fuller utilization of resources. Thus, point B shows the corresponding production of 2 tons of wheat and 10 bales of cloth, and point C shows 4 tons of wheat and 6 bales of cloth. At both these points, resources are fully as well as efficiently utilized. But if the production of one commodity is increased, then the production of the other commodity is to be decreased because the given resources are already fully utilized. Hence, the problem of allocation of resources across their different uses arises. As basic with the second problem of an economy, central problem, that is how to produce. Here I have drawn this diagram which shows that in the given economy, this is the point E. That means that the resources, or I can say the technique of production, has been inefficiently utilized in how to produce. When I go for whom to produce, as we have seen in the earlier chapter, that the problem is relating to the distribution of income, or I can say skewed distribution, that means unequal distribution for richer sections of the society, where the PPC would shift to the right but poorer sections of the society would suffer deprivation. Now this indication shows high level of potential output when saving and investment are high because distribution of income is in favor of rich. When I say that lower level of potential output, that is when the saving and investment are low because distribution of income is in favor of poor. Now going for last topic for today, that is the definition of opportunity cost and what do you mean by marginal opportunity cost. Now basically opportunity cost is the value of factor in its next best alternative use. I have given here example like Pepsi. If Pepsi is not available, you can always go for Thumbs Up. If Muesli, if you're health conscious, then you will go for Muesli. But if you're not, then if you're forced to have muesli but muesli is not available, obviously you will be happy to go with aloo paratha. Now going on with marginal opportunity cost. Now marginal opportunity cost is what? It is the rate at which output in use 1 is lost. That is marginal opportunity cost. For every additional unit of output in use of 2. Now I can explain with the help of a formula. As we have seen in the PPC, similarly marginal opportunity cost, if you analyze the PPC, you will get your formula, that is delta y upon delta x. What is delta y? That is loss of output in use 1 divided by gain of output in use 2. Analyze the PPC and you will know. Thank you for today. If you have any doubt, do let me know.